The European Union is pausing retaliatory tariffs on the United States as it tries to reach a new trade deal with the Trump administration by the end of the month. The US president has informed the bloc that products sent to the US from Europe will be subject to a 30% import tax from August the 1st. Mexico also faces the same rate. The European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen says negotiations are preferred, but it's also preparing countermeasures.
The United States have sent us a letter with measures that would come into effect unless there is a negotiated solution. So we will therefore also extend the suspension of our countermeasures till early August. And at the same time, we will continue to prepare further countermeasures so we are fully prepared.
The 27-member European Union is the world's largest trading bloc and is the United States' biggest trading partner. Europe's biggest exports are pharmaceuticals, followed by cars, chemicals, wine and spirits. Cheese is also a big earner, and the dairy sector in France is bracing for the worst.
This is a very important market for us. We export 25 tonnes of cheese to the United States yearly, and so this is a shock. Although, unfortunately, we were expecting it a bit. We were starting to see quite significant figures on the evolution of the tariffs, but 30% is really a shock, and it's a very bad signal sent by the United States to its European trade partners.
This is Liberation Day, waiting for a long time.
Donald Trump announced his new tariff regime in April, and since then he introduced a baseline 10% import duty on almost every country and what he called reciprocal rates on other nations. Several leaders have been sent letters in the past week informing them they will be subject to higher tariffs from next month. Currently, Australia is not one of them, but certain products such as steel and aluminium have been hit with a 50% duty. The US president says tariffs are helping to revive his country's economy.
We're dealing with other countries and certain countries that would rather have a deal than a regular tariff. And we're willing, if they're willing to open up. These are countries that have been shut to us, but we've been open to them. In other words, they wouldn't let us do business there, but they would do business in our country. Not a fair deal.
Mexico is also hoping to negotiate with the US to secure a better rate. It is currently subject to a 25% tariff on products that aren't included in an existing free trade agreement. Analysts say all parties stand to suffer in the trade war, but ultimately Americans will be paying more for goods coming into the US.
The tariffs will provoke an inflationary impact in the United States. And inflation means less purchasing power for the people and for consumers, and the United States is very much reliant on consumption as a driver of United States economic growth. And by this way, it will take quite a significant hit the economy.